everyone, and welcome back to the Football Chuggu Podcast. My name is Thomas Durning, and today I'm joined by my co-host, Pearse McLaughlin. Hello, Pearse.
Hello, how you doing?
I'm doing well. On today's podcast, we'll be reacting to last weekend's English Premier League and Scottish Premiership results, talking a little bit of transfer news, and at the end of the podcast, Pearse will be giving a rundown of all the latest Asian football news. So we'll start off with the English Premier League results. So on Friday, the 22nd of August, it finished West Ham 1, Chelsea 5. Saturday, the 23rd of August, it finished Man City 0, Tottenham 2, Brentford 1, Aston Villa 0, Burnley 2, Sunderland 0, Bournemouth 1, Wolves 0, Arsenal 5, Leeds United 0. On Sunday, the 24th of August, it Palace 1, Nottingham Forest 1, Everton 2, Brighton 0, Fulham 1, Man United 1, and yesterday, which was Monday, 25th of August, it finished Newcastle 2, Liverpool 3. So, Pearse, which match stands out to you the most?
I'm going to go on the Man City 0, Tottenham 2. Just solely on the fact that obviously Man City dismantled Wolves in the first game of the season. They looked very strong. Massive favourites getting his game. Obviously, Pep Guardiola's Man City are always kind of the favourites to win the title every season. And obviously it's another victory. Tottenham went away to Man City and defended well, pressed them high, created chances, and got a fantastic result. And Man City never really threatened them, apart from maybe probably a half chance with Haaland later on in the game. We get a free header that he usually probably buries. But I thought obviously on the counter attack, I thought Tottenham were a real threat, a real handful. When they got the opportunity to took them, and they got a 2-0 lead at half time, and then they managed to see the game out and get a clean sheet. And obviously, it's a brilliant result in terms of just obviously Thomas Frank got off to a good start. 2 wins from 2. Obviously, beating newly promoted side last week, and then obviously beating Manchester City, which is not an easy task. I thought obviously I don't know if you've seen his second goal, but Man City architect's own downfall. James Trafford playing a risky pass, really high press by Tottenham, and they capitalise on the mistake, and then they make it 2-0 through Joe Polina, who's newly back into the Premier League again after obviously a previous spell at Fulham and then obviously Bayern Munich. But no, I thought that was probably the standard result in terms of just the significance of the result, and obviously it's just going to build the confidence of Tottenham week in, week out, and then obviously Thomas Frank what he's trying to achieve there. So I thought that was probably the most significant result for me.
Yeah, my match is Newcastle 2, Liverpool 3. Very crazy match. Obviously there was a little bit of kind of space to it. Obviously with all the Alexander Isak stuff, where he wanted to leave Newcastle and join Liverpool. So it was there was a little bit riding on the game, and there was a really good atmosphere that Newcastle made. Newcastle started the match really, really well. The battle Liverpool was there, and then Liverpool went 1-0 up. And then quickly after, Anthony Gordon got sent off in the first half. So it was half time. Liverpool won, Newcastle 0, Newcastle down to 10 men. So I think everybody's thinking, this will just be a comfortable Liverpool victory, but it did not turn out like that at all. Newcastle gave it a right goal in the second half. They were 2-0 down, they got back into it 2-2, and they were actually trying to go on to finish. They were trying to go on to win it, but Liverpool managed to nick a goal in the last kick of the game, basically, from the 16-year-old substitute, Rio Gamoha. So that was also his debut in the Premier League. He scored the winner, so quite a big moment for him. But it was just a brilliant game to watch. I watched it all. It was really fun, really exciting, and that Liverpool, they didn't deserve to win it. They were by far the second best team in the whole match. But they did win it, and that's 2 wins out of 2, and they play Arsenal the next week at Anfield, which is going to be a really big game because Arsenal, they've won their first 2 matches as well. So Yeah, big win for Liverpool going into next weekend. But I think Liverpool fans should be a little bit worried at the moment because I don't feel like they're like 100%. The team's 100% sort of they know what they're doing. I think there's still lots of issues there, especially defensively. So yeah, that was my standout match. Obviously, there was other matches, including Everton, their first win in the new stadium. That looks really nice. The Hull Dickinson Stadium was called. It looks a really nice stadium. Yeah, and then obviously Chelsea won like outside the night. So yeah, so that's our two standout matches, and we'll move on now into the Scottish Premier League. So there was only actually 4 matches played this weekend because 2 matches. Aberdeen. So the Aberdeen Dundee United match which was postponed, and so was Falkirk Hibs because Aberdeen and Hibs are European matches next week. So they chose to postpone these matches in preparation for their 2 big European matches coming up. So I'll just quickly go through the results. So on Saturday, the 23rd of August, the matches finished Kilmarnock 0, Dundee 0, Hearts 3, Motherwell 3, Celtic 3, Livingston 0. And then on Sunday, the 24th of August, it finished St Mirren 1, Rangers 1. So Pearse, which match stands out to you the most?
It's got to be the St Mirren 1, Rangers 1. Thought Rangers again started with a false 9. It's the back 5 of St Mirren, and as you know, thought St Mirren in the first half were absolutely superb in terms of the threat and the counter attack, set pieces, and especially from the set pieces, Rangers had a high line from all the set pieces, but there was zonal marking, and they kept losing their men. And every time St Mirren went forward, they looked a threat. And Rangers at the back are very sceptical to conceding goals, and they're very open, and they only left 2 centre halves back, the 2 full backs bombing forward. But the fact is, Rangers, so many players keep bombing forward. There's not that actually many people inside the box, and they're not really peppering crosses into the box, which is a kind of worrying sign. And obviously the first goal, the opening goal of the game was John Ayunga, who obviously loves the goal in Celtic and Rangers. Big man drawing, turned the ball, played the ball inside the 2 centre halves. For me, Fernandez and John Souttar too far apart, and then Souttar can't get across, and then Ayunga finishes superbly. And then the second half, Rangers make a number of changes shape completely, and just basically just throwing so many attackers. And the fact is that in the second half, St Mirren tired. A lot of the players tired. They gave everything in the game. Mandron and Ayunga tired. They stopped pressing from the front as much as they did. Killian Phillips and Miller Park looked jaded in the last half hour of the game. And it was just Rangers wave after wave after wave. And it took the young boy Finlay Curtis to come off the bench and make a difference yet again. That's his 3rd goal in 6 games for Rangers, and he's only 18 years of age, so he's got a bright future ahead if he keeps up. But obviously, Rangers shouldn't have to rely on an 18-year-old to bail them out time and time again. It just shows you that there's a lot of problems there at Rangers in terms of both defensively and defensively, because obviously get a big talking point for the weekend as well, Tom, which is obviously Hamza Igeman basically refusing to come onto the park, which obviously they needed a goal, and obviously you can see, apparently there's a number of Rangers players that want to basically leave before the window shuts. So I think for Rangers they'll have a lot of outgoings and obviously a few incomings, but if they lose Igemani, and there's talk of Dessers as well, so I think Rangers will probably be in the market for at least 1 or 2 strikers before the window shuts at the end of the month. So yeah, so I thought St Mirren thoroughly deserved the result. Unlucky not to get the 3 points, but in the second half, Rangers did come out on top, only because obviously they threw caution to the wind, because the tactics in the first half just weren't. It was playing it St Mirren hands. But obviously there's chances from both sides. Shamar George made an absolute wonder save from Asgard, and then likewise Jack Bolton made a tremendous save from Goggins, you said all right, the last kick of the game. So for me, it was both sides trying to win the game, and it was just a really entertaining match from both sides in terms of the defensive side from St Mirren, and then counter attack and every time it forward, they caused problems, and then Rangers is just throwing caution in the second half just to try to get something from the game. But for me, Rangers getting 3-1 draws at the start of the season is not good enough, and I think the pressure is starting to mount on Russell Martin. You can hear the boos at full time, and yet again, so it's not a good time to be a Rangers fan. But like you say, St Mirren thought deserved a point and possibly could have got something more if on another day.
Yeah. My standout match is the Hearts 3, Motherwell 3 match. Obviously 6 goals in the match, 3 goals each. It was a cracking game. Motherwell were 3-0 up in that match. The football they played was fantastic. Stephen Naismith said in the analysis that it was probably one of the best performances for 60 minutes he's seen from a Scottish side, like ever, really. So that's high praise indeed. The way they were playing, they were sort of playing from the back, making angles and 2-touch football was really good to see. So obviously, Motherwell were 3-0 in that match. I think they gave some fun. The Hearts managed to stage a comeback with the likes of Braga, who's on your side, and keeping 2 goals in the match. And the other side, Bill, I think it's Harry Brown's name is. He scored a really good goal as well. A really good left foot goal. So so Hearts managed to keep their upbeat start to the season going. And yeah, it was a really exciting match. And I think Motherwell are going to have a really good season. They've started well, and then I watched them against Rangers in the first game of the season, and performed really well in that match. And they actually signed, I don't know if you remember this player, Pearse McLaughlin. He used to play for Ross County a few seasons ago when he got into the season. Scored a lot of good goals that season. Well, he actually signed for Motherwell early in the week, last week. So I think he's going to be a really good player for them as well, considering he's got good Scottish Premiership experience.
He was a Golden Boot winner in Scotland.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, there you go then. So it just even backs it up how much of a good sign it is for Motherwell. Hopefully he can for Motherwell, of course, hopefully that he can get back to that sort of goal scoring prowess that he had when he was first in Scotland. So that was my standout match. So we'll quickly move into the European matches and for the Scottish teams. So we're in the second leg now of these matches. So Pearse, I'm just going to quickly ask you who you think's going to win in each of these ties. So I'll start off with Celtic versus Kairat Almaty. So that match is currently 0-0. First leg. We're going into the second leg now. Kairat at home, Celtic away. Pearse, what do you think? Who do you think's going to win?
I think Celtic will do it. I think because it's on a knife edge, and Kairat will have to obviously come out at home and try attack a bit more than they did in the first leg. But obviously Celtic will know that they'll have to have a much improved performance to have a chance. The Celtic is virtually just a shootout to see who wins the match because there's no away goals, and there has to be a winner tonight. So I think Celtic will just about do it, and I think their squad's a bit better. And obviously the young boy that's going to move to Chelsea. Can't remember his name, but he's suspended for tonight, and apparently their top striker, Brazilian boy, is injured as well. So they're 2 key players in terms of the forward areas for Almaty are out, and obviously Celtic have been on good form defensively, not conceded a goal domestically, didn't concede a goal last week, and obviously just being the forward line, it's kind of been a bit of an issue for Celtic at the start of the season. So I think if they can get the forward line firing, they've got a chance. I think Celtic rested a lot of key players at the weekend, made 8 changes, and I think Celtic will just about have enough to do it.
Yeah, I think Celtic will just do it as well. I think it's going to be a really tight match. It'll definitely not be easy for Celtic, but I think they will just win it by a goal. Celtic did struggle in the match last week. But I just think with the experience they've got in Europe and European football, I think that will be enough for them. I just think the players like Cal McGregor and Dyson Knight, players like that, they've kind of been the Champions League and know what it's about. And I just think Celtic will have a little bit too much quality on the right part. Then again, I wouldn't be surprised if I see Kyra come through, especially the fact that they're at home as well. But my opinion is I think Celtic will go through. So we'll see what happens. Rangers versus Club Brugge. That match finished 3-1 last week in the first leg with Club Brugge. So Club Brugge are at home this second leg. Rangers are away. So Pearse, who do you think is going to win?
I think it's pretty obvious. I think it's going to be Club Brugge. I think they came to Ibrox within 20 minutes or 3-0 up. And just the standard of defending from Rangers was just abysmal. The goals that they conceding, because obviously, like you say, the playoff is and in Champions League football in general, you get punished for the smallest mistakes, and that's what happened. First goal, I don't know what the defender was doing. He just let him shoot, and then the second one was a free shot from the 6-yard box from a corner, and then the third one just players in an area just ball watching, allowing the defender to run on and just smack it from the edge of the box. Did get a goal in the second half last week, but I think it's just too much of a task because you look at domestically, it's not been great. Defensively, they look very vulnerable. Middle of the park, they don't know the best solution yet, and up front, they don't really have any strikers. So I think, all in all, I think Rangers will qualify for the Europa League, not the Champions League. I think Club Brugge have shown that they're just a level up on Rangers at the moment in time. I think Rangers can improve. The window's still open, but I think in terms of the Champions League, I think it's just a step too far at the moment.
Yeah, I agree. I think Club Brugge will get through the tie and get to the Champions League. Just based on the fact last week we got the good result, 3-1 away. Is always tough to win in Europe, and Club Brugge got that. They were, as you said, 3-0 up in the first 20 minutes, and we were thinking that Rangers were going to be defeated by a massive margin. They did get that goal this year, so the tie is still alive. Because if Rangers were to get an early goal, then that's the tie back on. But I just think where Rangers are at the moment in terms of there's all this uncertainties about futures. Russell Martin hasn't really got going yet, but Rangers, I just think it'll be too much for them. And I think Club Brugge will get through that. Their experience as well, Club Brugge, they're in the Champions League last season as well. So they kind of know, they've kind of been there and done it. So, yeah, I just think it'll be Club Brugge. I think they'll get through that tie to the Champions League. Hibs versus Liga Warsaw. So Liga Warsaw won 2-1 last last Thursday. So Liga Warsaw will be at home this time and Hibs away. So Pearse, what way is that going?
I'm going to be an optimist. I'm going to say Hibs are going to do it. They did it in the previous round away from home. They got a 2-0 win, so why can't they do it again? Obviously, losing at home is not ideal, but let's say it's only a goal in it. I think they've got more than enough. They've had the weekend off, so I think the firepower they've got Hibs, I think they've got a chance. They've got Kieran Bowie and they've got Martin Boyle, and for me, I would tie the hopes on them. I think they've delivered time and time again for Hibs, and I think Hibs have just got enough in the tank to do it.
Yeah, I agree. I think Hibs will do it. I think it'll go extra time. I think I don't know why. It's going to be really tough away from home in Poland. Poland is known for good atmospheres in the football stadiums, so they're going to have to deal with that. But as you said, the fact they've had the weekend off, there's a good hope that's a good start to the season. A really good team as well, with like Severi up front. And yeah, I just think Hibs will do it. I think they'll get into the Conference League and they will be playing European group stage football for the first time in their history. And if they were to do that, I mean, they're more than likely to achieve it will be. Because like a horse are a really good side, really good established European side. So yeah, I think I just have a feeling Hibs will do it and they'll get into the Conference League. And then lastly, Aberdeen versus SESD, which is Stoke Bucharest. So Stoke Bucharest won that match.
Each.
Sorry, they drew 2 each. They drew 2 each in that match. So that match is still very much in the balance. Stoke Bucharest are home this time. Aberdeen are away. Pearse, where's this one going?
I'm back my Scottish side. I'm going to go Aberdeen. Just because the fact is they were 2-0 down in the match. They came back to 2-2. The subs that came on made the difference. I think if Aberdeen pick a better starting lineup, I think they've got a real chance. Like you say, it's right in the balance. It's 2 each. Stoke Bucharest got a man sent off last week as well, so he'll miss the second leg. So they've got a real fighting chance. Before the match, I would give Aberdeen no chance, but based on the performance and what I've seen, and the full weekend offs, and they've got more time to prepare, I think I'm backing the Scottish side. I'm backing Aberdeen to go through. Just similar to you, I think maybe extra time, maybe even penalties. I think it'll be really tight, same as the Hibs game, I think. But I'm just going to edge towards the Scottish side that is Aberdeen.
No, I'm going to be honest. I don't think I'm going to see Aberdeen do it, but I'm going to go with Stoke Bucharest. Just based on the fact that, the fact they're at home, and I think they are pretty good at home as well. They sell out 60,000. Don't know if Aberdeen are going to deal with that sort of atmosphere. They haven't really started the season well as Aberdeen. It's quite a new side they've got. And yeah, in Stoke Bucharest, they got to the last 16 of the Conference League last season. So they know how to win in Europe, and I just think they'll have too much for Aberdeen.
I just say something, Tom. With Stoke Bucharest, if you've seen where they're on the league table in Romania,
I haven't, no.
they're sitting fourth bottom. They've played 7 matches and they've only won once this season. So they're sitting 13th in the league out of a possible 16. So they're not in terrific form as well. So that's what I'm edging towards. Even Club Cluj are sitting 14th out of 16th. So the big boys from previous seasons have not had a very good start to the season. I know it's early on. They're just slightly more ahead of us in terms of they've played 5 more matches domestically. But Stoke Bucharest are sitting 13th out of a possible 16th. 1 win and 4 defeats with 2 draws and a -4 goal difference. So for me, Aberdeen have got a fighting chance.
Oh yeah, definitely. No, I've just heard that. I didn't know that. So it sort of changes for me. No, I'm going to stick with Stoke Bucharest. I don't want to, but I just find that I just think I have too much. I just look at the team because I watched them against Celtic a couple of weeks ago and I can't get in my head how poor they were that day. And they've got a lot of new players this season, so I just think they'll. And they have struggled this year in 2025. They've not got that many wins. So yeah, unfortunately I'm going to stay with Stoke Bucharest. But that doesn't mean that Aberdeen lose is bad because they're dropping the Conference League anyway, so they're still got European football. But I just think you're going to be a step too far. So yeah, that's our predictions. And for the final part of the show, Pearse now give his Asian football roundup.
Yeah, so we'll start with K-League 1 action. Saturday, 23rd of August with Daegu FC 2, Jeju SK 2, Gimcho Sanmu 3, Seoul FC 2, Gwangju FC 0, Gangwon FC 1. Sunday, 24th of August with FC Anyang 3, Daejeon Ha Citizen 2, FC Seoul 3, Ulsan HDFC 2, Pohang Steel 3, Jeonbuk Hyundai Motors FC 1. And then with Sunday, so that leaves the table looking like this. Top of the table with Jeonbuk, 27 points, 27 games, 60 points. Second, we've got Gimcho Sanmu 46, and the top 3 is finished off with Pong Steelers on 44 points. So the bottom of the table, Dave FC, rock bottom on 16 points. Well cut adrift. 11th, we've got FC Anyang on 30 points. And in the final relegation playoff place, we've got Jeju SK on 31 points. And just outside it, also on 31 points, is Suwon FC, separated by just 5 goals. They're on a -1 goal difference. So, yeah, so they've just outside the relegation playoff places. And in the J League 1, Friday 22nd of August with Cashew Racing 4, Uri Diamonds 2. Saturday 23rd August with Avispa Fukuoka 0, Shimizu S-Pulse 0. Suzu Osaka 1, Vissel Kobe 1, Albert Niigata 1, Cashew Antlers 2, Fagiano Okayama FC 1, Shonan Bamari 0, Gambo Osaka 3, Yokohama FC 2, Nagoya Grampus 3, Kawasaki Frontale 4, Tokyo Verde 0, Sanfrecce Hiroshima 3, Yokohama F. Mars 0, SU Chiselvia 0, and Sunday, 24th of August, is FC Tokyo 0, Kyoto Sanga FC 4. So it's really tight at the top of the table in the J League 1. Top, we've got Kyoto Sanga FC on 51 points. Second, Cash Melters on 51 points, set by just 3 goals. Third, we've got FC Machida Zelvia on 50 points. Fourth place, just inside the top 3, we've got Cashew, so also on 50 points. They're 3 goals behind. And then Vissel Kobe's in 5th place, also on 50 points. So we've got 3 sides there set on 50 points, set by just 6 goals. And then in 6th place, we've got Sanfrecce Hiroshima on 49 points. So we've got 6 sides here at the top half of the table, separated by just 2 points. So really tight. And a win or two could elevate you up 6 places. So yeah, really exciting times at the top half of the table. And likewise down at the bottom half, we've got 20th place, Albert Niigata, 27 games played, 20 points. 19th position, we've got Yokohama FC on 22 points. And then joint on 25 points, but massive goal difference shift is shown by Mari on 25 points, but with a -20 goal difference. And just said relegation playoff places on 17th place is Yokohama F. Mariners, also on 25 points, but with a -8 goal difference. So in terms of other Asian football news, Nagoya Grampus has announced the signing of a strategic partnership with Everton Football Club, a member of the English Premier League. This partnership is built upon the relationship with the Friedkin Group, which is TFG, the owners of both Everton and AS Roma. Through this collaboration, Nagoya Grampus aims to further expand opportunities in the development of next-generation players, international exchange, business cooperation, connecting Nagoya and Aichi to the wider world. So Uri Diamonds have signed Swedish forward Isaac Casey Tellin, 33 from Malmo FF, in the Swedish top flight. Tellin joined on a deal until the end of the 2027 season, and he had this to say upon his arrival. Looking forward to this new challenge. So South Korea have announced a 26-man squad for upcoming international friendlies against USA and Mexico. So 3 goalkeepers of Kim Sung-gyu, Song Bong-kun, Jo Hyung-woo. Defenders Kim Min-wan, Kim Tae-hyun, Lee Myung-jae, Kim Min-jae, Byung Jun-soo, Lee Tae-suk, Kim Joo-sung, So Young-woo, Lee Han-bom. And in terms of midfielders, with Kim Jung-gyu, Bae Jun-ho, Lee Kang-in, Jang Sung-bin, Park Young-woo, Park Sung-ho, Lee Dong-kyung, Hwang In-bom, Park Jin-sub, Jens Kastrop, Lee Jae-sung, and 3 forwards of Son Heung-min, Oh Se-hun, and Oh Young-gu. So this is the first time that Son Heung-min is being classified as a forward in the South Korean national team. Usually it's put down as a midfielder. And obviously you had a name called Jens Kastrop on the side. So he's been received his first call to the South Korean national team. He is the first foreign player born of Korean descent. He's got a Korean mum. Ever to be selected in the South Korean football history. So he was obviously a 22-year-old, plays in the Bundesliga, and German youth internationalist, but he's switched leads to South Korea and he's set to win his first cap. With obviously South Korea playing against USA on Sunday the 7th of September. It's a 6 a.m. kickoff, Korean Southern Time, and they also play Mexico on Wednesday the 10th of September at 10 a.m., which is obviously my birthday, which is a brilliant day. In terms of other football news, we've got Yukinari Sugawara, the Japanese right back, has joined Bundesliga side Werder Bremen on a season-long loan with an option to buy. He joins the German side from the English Championship side Southampton after he was told by the Japan boss Hajime Moriyasu that he has to play in the top 5 league to keep his place in the national side. Obviously, World Cup year, so very important. The KFA have announced that South Korea will play a friendly against Brazil on October the 10th at Seoul World Cup Stadium. And Japan will also play Brazil at the Ajinomoto Stadium in Tokyo on October the 14th. And that is all your latest Asian football news.
Thank you, Pearse, and thank you everyone for listening to this episode of the Football Chuggu Podcast. This podcast will be available to us on the Football Chuggu YouTube channel and also the Football Chuggu website. Thanks for listening and see you soon.
Bye bye.